the European Super League has revealed ambitious new initiatives to transform European football, following a significant decision by the European Court of Justice. The court determined that UEFA had illegitimately obstructed the original project. Initially introduced in 2021, the European Super League aimed to establish a separate competition featuring major European teams in a closed-shop structure. The contentious proposal faced vehement backlash from fans and football governing bodies, resulting in its abrupt collapse shortly after its announcement. However, the European Super League did not completely vanish, as the European Court of Justice declared the regulations at the time inadequate for addressing the breakaway. Despite widespread opposition within the football community, those associated with the Super League have now disclosed new tournament plans. ECJ's decision. The European Court of Justice has issued a decisive ruling, declaring that UEFA and FIFA acted unlawfully in obstructing the establishment of the European Super League (ESL) in 2021. The highest court in the EU found that both organizations abused their dominant positions by outrightly prohibiting clubs from participating in the ESL. However, the ECJ emphasized that approval for the Super League is not automatically granted. According to the ruling, the FIFA and UEFA rules on prior approval of interclub football competitions, such as the Super League, are contrary to EU law. They are contrary to competition law and the freedom to provide services. A22, a sports development company created to support the formation of the ESL, argued that the governing bodies held a monopoly position, violating the EU's competition and free movement law. A22 expressed its victory on Twitter, stating, "We have won the right to compete. The UEFA monopoly is over. Football is free." The tweet also highlighted that clubs are now liberated from the threat of sanctions and can determine their own futures. How it stands. Supporters of the European Super League argue that UEFA's authority has been weakened, claiming vindication for their plans. 22, the organization leading the Super League, has put forward a new proposal for men's and women's midweek European competitions based on sporting merit, featuring promotion and relegation between leagues, no permanent members, and all Super League matches being free to watch. However, it's crucial to note that the European Court of Justice, ECJ, did not rule on the existence of the Super League itself. The ECJ clarified that while it addressed UEFA's rules, its judgment does not automatically approve projects like the Super League. The ECJ's decision underscores that the approval of a competition, such as the Super League, is a separate matter. It stated, that does not mean that a competition such as the Super League project must necessarily be approved. The ECJ's ruling necessitates UEFA to revise and clarify its rules concerning the authorization of new competitions to align with EU law. UEFA has been working on this for the past 18 months in anticipation of such a ruling. Even with updated rules, the Super League would still require authorization to proceed. Many other clubs and leagues, including the Premier League, have expressed their disapproval since the judgment. There is little widespread support for the dramatic changes to the European football landscape proposed by the Super League. Do we know Super League properly? The men's competition would consist of 64 teams organized into a three-tier system. The top two tiers would have 16 clubs each, while the third tier would involve 32 clubs. Subsequently, these teams would be further divided into 8-team divisions, culminating in a knockout system to determine the champions of each league. The women's competition would follow a similar format, with two leagues of 16 teams each, totaling 32 participating clubs, excluding the 32-team third tier present in the men's competition. Both competitions would feature relegation between leagues, and clubs could earn promotion to the lower tier based on their performance in their domestic leagues. What about Premier League teams? Even if an updated version of the European Super League is approved, it seems that Premier League clubs may remain ineligible to participate. Following Brexit, the UK is no longer governed by EU law, and the Department of Culture, Media and Sport of the UK government has issued a statement suggesting that a forthcoming law, establishing a new independent football regulator, would prevent English clubs from joining any breakaway competitions. Supporters of Super League. Various European clubs, such as Manchester United and Bayern Munich, have expressed disapproval of A22's new proposal. Manchester United maintained their steadfast commitment to participating in UEFA competitions and collaborative efforts with UEFA, the Premier League, and fellow clubs for ongoing European football development. Bayern Munich underlined the significance of national leagues, asserting a responsibility to bolster rather than weaken them. On the contrary, Real Madrid and Barcelona reacted positively to the European Court of Justice's decision. Real Madrid's chief, Florentino Perez, welcomed the ruling as an excellent opportunity to enhance European club football, emphasizing transparent governance and modern principles for the 21st century. Why the European Super League vanished in 2021? In a rare display of fan influence, the European Super League faced a significant setback during its attempted launch in April 2021. Immediate and sustained protests from across the football community compelled the involved clubs to retreat, abandoning the competition. Originally introduced with 12 founding members, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Tottenham, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, who were slated for permanent participation, the plan crumbled when the 6 Premier League clubs withdrew within 24 hours amid intense criticism from supporters, pundits, other clubs, and the media. Despite the collapse, Juventus, Barcelona, and Real Madrid remained steadfast in their commitment to the Super League concept. Following its setback in 2021, the European Super League has made a comeback with a revised structure, notably eliminating the closed-shop arrangement that granted founding members immunity from relegation. The primary concern for Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus lies in the significant financial disparity between them and the Premier League, which has essentially evolved into a Super League of its own. All 3 clubs are grappling with financial challenges and envision a solution through a new order that involves more frequent, lucrative matches against Europe's top clubs. Share your opinions on the judgment and the Super League in the comments section below.